In this video, we're going to be talking about assembled stair. In regards to stair family, Revit used 100% nested family to create a complete assembly of the stair. That means while working on the stair family, you'll be dealing with several families at the same time. Hi, I'm Pisan. If you are a student or an architect who's looking to learn or have a better understanding of how to use Revit, I hope that you find this video helpful. Let's get started. So what you're looking at right now is a CMU wall from the top view, the CMU wall over here from level 1. And what we're going to be creating today is a set of stairs that kind of wrap around this CMU wall, making a U until it reaches the second floor. And I have now opened level 1 and 3D view in tab. Sometimes it might be beneficial to see what's going on in multiple views. So I'm going to type WT on my keyboard. That's a shortcut for tile view. And by doing that, you will open all of the active views at the same time, which I had only 2. Or if you prefer, you can go to View tab up here and then go to Tile Views icon over here. Now on the left is the plan view and on the right is the 3D view. This is the CMU wall that we saw on the plan view earlier. And this is a second floor that I placed there for our new stair to reach. To get to stair, you have to go to Architecture tab, and the stair icon is over here. And when you click on the stair icon, it's going to take us to a kind of sketch mode. And the reason why I'm saying it's a kind of sketch mode is because it is not the sketch mode that we normally see when we place a roof or when we place a floor. The way that the stair works is that it uses a bunch of nested family or a bunch of nested component to make a complete assembly of a set of stair. Now let's take a look at components. We have straight, spiral stair, another type of spiral, L, and U shape. Today we're going to be focusing on straight only. Now down here we have create sketch. That is an old type of stair. We're talking about 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 versions ago. Back then, it was the only way to create stair. But today, we're still seeing it because sometimes when you have a complex shape like curve that you see on the screen right now, you still need to sketch the profile of the stair. Now to the left, you have run, landing, and support. Those are 3 types of components or nested component that Revit brings together to make a complete assembly of a stair. But what we really have to focus on is the run, because the support and the landing will be placed automatically most of the time. Now I think we're ready to place our first stair. So I'm going to go to run and let's take a look at the property here. So right now we are in assembled stair. Assembled stair basically means that Revit is just going to take a bunch of nested elements and components to make up the assembly of the stair. And it also has a preset max rise and tread of 7 inches and 11 inches. This is commercial setting, and we're going to change that just so that I can show you how to modify an existing stair assembly. So let's go to edit type, and then we're going to duplicate. I'm going to set this up for a residential project. So I'm going to rename this to 10 inches tread and 7.75 or 7 3/4 inch max. Also, I will change the maximum riser to reflect that. Also, the minimum tread depth to reflect that. I'm going to keep the minimum run width at 3 feet. So down here under construction, these are nested elements and components that make up the stair assembly. If you click on the 3 dots, it'll take you to that nested family. It is basically profile that makes the shape of the stair. I want to encourage you to explore that on your own. So I'm going to just cancel out of it because I don't want to change anything there. Under supports, this is what I meant by we're going to be focusing on run only, because supports will be added automatically if you have it assigned on type properties. So stringer is member of the stair assemblies that the steps attach its sides to, and carriage is member of stair family that step is sitting on top of. For now, I'm going to leave it as is, and support types can be controlled separately, right support and left support. Okay, and the stringer width is basically just how thick that member is supposed to be when viewed from the floor plan. All right, let's scroll down and see if there's anything else that we need to change. Nope, we're gonna just okay out of it. Now let's take a look at the option bar. I'm going to skip the location line for now and skip to actual run width. Earlier, you saw a minimum run width set under type. The actual run width allows you to override that to a wider width of the stair, but you can never go below what was set in the edit type. Automatic landing is another thing that I mentioned earlier about not to worry about the landing, because most of the time it is placed for you automatically, and that's because this one is checked, and almost 95% of the time you want to have that checked. Now let's get back to location line. Location line in this sense is not the same as the location line in the wall. Basically what it is here now is an insertion point. Just imagine yourself standing at the bottom of the stair and looking at it. If you have your location line set as left, that means the insertion point will be toward the left of the stair. Center is center. Right, the insertion point will be toward the right of the stair. And the exterior support left, exterior support right, these two options will take the exterior surface of the support, basically is the surface of the stringer, as the insertion point. For this example, I'm going to use right. Now I'm going to place the stair sort of away from the wall to start, and since I have the location line set to the right, if I drag my stair from left to right, that is left of the screen to the right of the screen, then my insertion point will be toward the bottom of the screen, like so. Okay, now hopefully you can also see the number, that the running number on the bottom of the stair, risers created and 8 remaining. If you add those two numbers together, that's basically how many riser it will take to reach its destination, which is level 2. And the total of those two numbers will always add up to desired number here. Now I'm going to stop at 8 risers created, okay? And therefore I will have 8 left, and then second click it. Now I have placed a set of stair. I'm going to create another one, kind of a U shape, back from the right to the left. So I'm going to start here. Again, I roughly place this second set of stair, okay? And then later on I can move it later if I want to. All right. Now that I ran out of riser, I'm going to second click. You will see that the landing was added automatically, and the support, which is stringer, were also added automatically. Now I'm going to make a modification to the family types so that you can see the difference between stringer and carriage. Now I'm going to click outside and then go to edit type. I will switch from stringer to carriage. And I will do the same for the left support. And then apply. You will see that now the support is tucked underneath each steps. Now we're just going to click the check mark to confirm that we're done with the stair. And this is what we have. Let's get rid of this current stair and do it again. And this time we're going to be focusing on a different thing. So I'm going to get rid of this in plan view. And so we're going to go to architecture, stair, run, and this time I'm going to place the stair around the wall. So I want my stair to start from this side of the wall and then wrap around and come up toward this side of the wall. So I'm going to have the location line set to the right, and I'm going to place it here. Drag it to the right. I'm going to go halfway, which is 8 risers. Okay, and then I'm going to place the other one on the other side. Turn out I made mistake as far as the riser counts, but that is okay. That gives me opportunity to show you something else. So at this point, I'm just going to move the stair so that this line over here line up with the end of the wall. So I'm going to grab this whole stair, move. I'm going to zoom in from this intersection point to that intersection point there, and then click outside to deselect. For the next thing that we're going to be talking about, I'm just going to confirm that I am done with the stair for now and come back to it. So in 3D view, I'm going to hide this wall, temporary, HH on my keyboard, back to the plan view, select the stair, and then hit edit stair. So we're kind of back to where we were before. Now I'm going to click on the stair. I want you to pay attention on this triangle and the dot here. Okay, so these are a type of control and they work a little bit differently. Let's first talk about the triangle. If I just grab this triangle here and I pull it to the left, what it's going to do is it's going to add risers to the bottom of the stair and subtract the riser from the top of the stair. So if I move it one step, you notice that the 16 shift toward right a little bit, right? If I keep going, 2 full step, you also see that the 16, it shifts more toward the right. Take a look at the 3D view. Not only the change is made to the riser, notice also that the height of the landing was adjusted accordingly as well. And the same is true if I move it to the opposite side. So I'm going to grab this triangle and move it until I reach, I think it's somewhere here, will give me equal rise and run for both sides of the wall. Okay, so there, I fix it. Now let's take a look at the dot here. So if I grab this dot and drag it to the right 2 steps. Okay, so what it does, you kind of have to look here. So let me undo it. So click on the stair, grab that dot again. Now I'm going to drag it 2 steps toward the right. So what it does is that it got rid of the first 2 risers. That means the riser is now away from level 1. So in order for you to get to this first step, you kind of have to hop 2 risers, which is, you know, probably about a foot and a half to get there. There might be a situation where that is necessary, so I just wanted to make you aware of it. Now I'm going to undo and then confirm. Now the last thing that we're going to be talking about as far as stair is concerned is the offset and the railing. So I'm going to get rid of what we have right now and start over for that. Let me zoom out a little bit and undo the temporary hide. Now for this, I have one additional view open, which is south elevation. So in plan view, we're going to go to stair, and then we're still going to use run. And I'm going to start my stair from the top and have it wrap around and come down to the bottom. In the property palette, under constraint, we have base level set to level 1 and top level set to level 2 with no offset whatsoever. Basically, we're telling the stair to start from level 1 and to stop at level 2. And for those of you who just watched this video for the first time and haven't seen my video about the reference plane and work plane, I strongly encourage you to start with those. Okay? Now, levels are the type of work plane that gives the stair that we're about to place a reference point. Let's put a pin on that and come back and talk about it again later. So I'm going to place our stair over here. Again, roughly. Okay, 8 risers. And then over another 8 risers. and modify to get out of the command, I will select the entire stair and then move it into place. Oops, Control select. And move it from this intersection point so that it ends up at the end of the wall. Now you notice on the 3D view that I made another mistake. Actually, the stair wants to start from the bottom side, which is here, and wrap around to the other side. To fix that, I need to confirm and get out of it, and then click the stair. You see this arrow over here. This arrow allows you to flip. Now it is starting from the bottom of the screen and work away and wrap around toward the top of the screen. In Sound Elevation, if I just change from hidden line to wireframe, I will be able to see through the brick wall. And then zoom in. As a matter of fact, let me just temporarily hide the brick wall for a moment. HH on my keyboard. Now, if I take dimension for each risers, they're all consistent at 7.5 inches. That's because the formula that was built in to the type. Now, if I take the dimension from the last step to level 2, that is also 7.5 inch. But if I pan over a little bit, you will see that actually the second floor have a finished surface of about 3/4 of an inch. So in order for us to have the consistent height for every step, we have to set an offset of 3/4 inch from level 2. So I'm going to go back and make the change to the stair type. I'm going to add 3/4 of an inch. That's the thickness of the finished floor on the second level to the top offset. Then remove constraint and click apply. Now you see that the height of each riser is adjusted to include the 3/4 inch offset. And if I take the dimension, let me just get rid of this again. All of it actually. And if I take the dimension from the top of the first step to the finished surface of the second level, you see that now they're all the same. Lastly, let's take a look at the railing. And for that, I'm going to get rid of what we have again. And this time I'm going to build it correctly. So in plan view, I'm getting rid of the stair and architecture, stair, run. And this time I'm going to have the top offset set at 3/4 inch. That's the thickness of the finished floor on the second level. And I'm going to start from here. And since I'm starting from the bottom of the wall, so I'm going to change my location line this time to the left. Okay, going up 8. And then go to the other side, up another 8. And then, okay, out of it. And then I'm going to just pre-assign the railing to the stair. So right here, under railing, if you click on that, right now we have none assigned to it. So this is another nested component that Stair use to create the assembly. And these are a bunch of families. And of course, you can load more family into it. You can even create your own custom railing family and load it into project to use here. But for this purpose, I'm going to use what we already have. I'm going to use guardrail pipe. And the position, you can have it set on top of the treads or stringer. Since we don't have any stringer, I'm just going to set it to treads and then okay out of it. And then if you hit confirm, you see that the railing is added. Now, I'm going to ignore this warning and explain to you what it is later. Now I'm going to move the stair roughly into place again. It's a bit difficult to see. Okay, now in 3D view, the warning that we got earlier was because Revit could not resolve the transition of the railing at this location over here. I know it is difficult to see because I'm on a laptop, so my screen is not as big, but the design of the stair is not allowing the railing to have a smooth transition. So I'm going to change the design of the stair just a little bit. So to do that, I'm going to be on the top view, edit stair, and I am going to pull this set of the stair toward the left about, say about a foot. So move, and then 12 inches. Okay, you notice that the shape of the landing adjusted as well. Okay, then I'll do the same for this set over here. Move 12 inches. Let me zoom out so that you can see the new landing. All right, and once I click OK, now you see that the transition is a lot more smoother than what we had before. I'm going to stop this video right here and make a new video on how to change this set of railing highlighted here to a wall mounted instead of tread mounted railing. See you soon on the next video.